So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let's start. So we're gonna go through our quick review. So this is our present tense chart with three forms. Okay. So and we need this today as well. Actually, we need this today. So this is very important, especially for present tense, right? Because it's bit challenging than the other ones, the past tense, because it has three forms like yansuru, yansura, and yansur. Okay. Some of them hunna and antunna, they don't have a the third form because they're the feminine version. The other one has only the noon just taken out, like Yansurani, okay, Yansura and Yansura, the noon got taken out. And some of them has like who are here they have, and Ana, Anahnu, they have the three versions. Okay, so Yansuru, Yansura, and Yansur. Okay, Tansuru, Tansura, Tansur. Okay, Ana, Ansuru. Ansura, Ansur. So we need these ones today as well. So this is we have done plenty of weeks before. We also talked about why the things become light and lightest. Bec- I think I can hear myself, so I'll just mute everyone. Yes, for my invite one. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it should be fine. So light and lightest harf. This is also we need actually even the today's topic we're going to talk about is morely about this first light harf an. An means two, okay, and this is two means it's a not the two that I'm going to, okay, I'm going to school, okay, not that two. It is the it is like it's a two that to study is a good habit, to wake up in the fajr, it's the best practice, something like so two and then an idea. Okay, so that kind of two is this. We talked about this when we go through this half. Okay, ila is means to or toward. That's a half of jar. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to school. They're going towards the masjid. Okay, so that's a different two. That's a half of jar. This is light harf used with present tense. Okay, so an lan likai. Okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about likai also today, and then in lam lamma wal falli. Okay, so these are the few things. These are the few things we will need today as well. Okay. After this one, we went to forbidding. I'm going to skip through this one. Commanding. We know the rules of the commandings. Okay. Then heavy and the heaviest. Heavy is not to worry too much. Heaviest is a lot of time used in the Quran. Okay. We talked about the passives. The bit of a challenging thing for the passive because the sound. U e sound and u a sound. Okay. Sometimes it sounds like the same as the normal one, the active one, but we need to be careful with the passive with how it sounds. Okay, and then we is all passive, is there passive for all fail? No, we talked about what transitive and intransitive, mutaaddi and lazim. Okay, mutaaddi and lazim. And then we say we talked about the fail recognition. Okay, so when you look at a fail, the first step to, like, is it a past tense, is it a present tense, is it a commanding, is it a forbidding? So four things you have to think about. Okay, is it an active or a passive? Okay, then identify the family. We talked about the family. I gave you the family charts. Okay, and it will be that towards the end of the big PDF that I'm going to send today. It is also at the end of that pages. You can see that. Okay, then the four parts of jumla: ismiya, fail, file, maful. Okay, mutaalliq bil fail. Okay, and then the present tense, how we change to the recognize the present tense: command, sukun, a, u, e, ana, forbidding with the la, and the lightest. Past passive is u, e, and present passive is u, a. Okay, so these are some of the clue to know the present tense. Okay, we talked about negation for past tense, present tense, and future tense. Okay, with different harfs, la and ma. All these things we have discussed this, right? We also talked about in jumla ismiya. We did it before actually when you do the jumla ismiya, mubtada khabar, how to use laisa plus ba, ma plus ba. Okay, but in jumla ismiya there are some other categories of saying no, like for example the absolute categorical no, la ilaha illallah. Okay, where la after the la is nasab. Okay, and it's light and nasab. Okay, and sometimes it is not light and nasab, then that also is a la, that is also a negation, but not absolute categorical negation, meaning it is not like absolutely no. Maybe there is a possibility to some positivity in that one. Okay, we discussed that also, and both are in the Quran. Okay, and then why we discussed how beautifully Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described those things, because that's how it should be described. Not everything, because the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is perfect. Okay, it's not like human speech. Okay, we make a lot of mistakes when you talk, even in our own language, in Bengali or English. Okay, we make a lot of grammatical mistakes, but we understand. Okay, but Allah's speech, is not only beautiful. It is the perfect speech for each word, each phrase, and each sentence. Okay, and that's why we're learning this. That we can find that beauty in the speech of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in the ayahs of the Quran. Okay. And we talked about this, sometimes it is like la khawfun alayhim walahum yahzanun. Okay, so sometimes it is not absolutely categorical, just a normal one. Okay, it's a normal one. We also talked about nothing but. Nothing but is a way to say something in very positive way. Nothing but, nothing is a negative word. Okay, but we say it in a way in English also, like then it's the more positive, the more strongest way to say that. And to do that, we have laisa, ma, and in, and then we add illa. We add illa. Illa means except, like nothing but. Okay, so and then among these three, the in is the highest. Okay, in is the highest degree, you can say. And then we have laisa and the ma also with that one. Okay, and this one in is called in nafia, not the in for the harf. Okay, it's not the lightest harf in. Okay, and you will, how are you going to know that? Because when you say illa and in is pair, so that means this is not that in. This is the in for the illa, in nafia, in for the nothing but. Okay, as is part of the negation. So, and this is some of the examples here we have done with Lisa, with ma, with in. Okay, and then a few more examples here. And then we went to the min zaida. That mean also can be used as a negative negation. Okay, but it negate the sentence, and a questioning sentence, the word following it will be always common. Okay, so there are some rules regarding this. Okay, and as I said, it is findable in the Quran, but it's not very very common, and it's not that rare as well, kind of medium. But that's why the concept is important, that you know that concept. Okay, and we give some of the example here. Okay, that in how mean is used. Mean is used as a file, and mean is used as a maful bihi also. Okay, so mean means any, sometimes it means any or single. Okay, like nothing but. Okay, you were saying that he's nothing but a righteous person. Okay, we're using the negative sentence. Okay, but it's in a positive way. Same way, mean means any, or mean could be single of them or none of them. Okay, something like this. But when it's called mean zaida, the extra mean. Okay, it has the effect to make something jar. It does that thing, no problem, but the meaning change. We learn the mean means from. In these cases, it doesn't mean form. It doesn't mean form. Okay, and you just have to follow those rules to find out which mean it is. It makes very easy sense. If you put a form there, most of the time it's not gonna make a sense. So you have to think, oh, this is not the mean, my normal mean. This is the mean zaida. It is not the normal one. Okay, so that's what we did. Then we talked about last week, I believe, kana and sisters of kana. These are incomplete verb. Incomplete verb. Okay, kana yakunu. Kana means to be. Asbaha means to become. Zolla, yazallu. Okay, this means to remain. Okay, mazala means to still be. Mahdama means as long as. Laisa means is not. Okay, Laisa we already done. Okay, 1 and 6 are we already done. So we talked about that, and we say we show you the chart of the kana, which is mudare form, and negation, see la takun. Okay, because la plus lightest. Okay, so we did all of them. Amar, the command one. Anta, amar, all the 6 ones, the commanding and forbidding for kana, because kana is highly used in the Quran. Okay, and 1% of the time kana means he or he exists. Like we give kun fayakun example, we give that one there as well. Okay, now kana with jumla failure. I believe we started this one, but we're gonna just quickly look at that. So, and this is important, very important, because kana plus jumla failure, it could be a past tense, it could be a present tense, and depending on the past tense and the present tense, the meaning, the translation changes. Okay, because that's why it's important. So kana plus madi is a distance past, something that happened long ago. Okay, kana plus mudare, it gives you the meaning of used to happen continuously. Okay, like a past continuous tense, past continuous, something that. So both of them are kana, but one is madi, one is mudare. So one is past tense, also used to. Kana, when become kana itself become mudare, yakunu. okay, and then the madi, it means might or possible, and yakunu plus mudare also means might and possible. So three different things, okay. So one, something that happened a little bit in the past, okay, something that continue, like more than once happens, okay, and something is might or possible, okay. And we saw some of the examples in this case also. We saw some of the example, and this is where I think we finished our last topic. So with the kana, we'll still continue with the kana. We did we did all these examples. So I'm going to skip through this now because we have discussed all of this. And then I'm going to jump into this one. Negation with kana negation actually with jumla failure. Okay. So we just saw that kana yansuru means he had been helping or he used to help. Okay. Now I want to negate this sentence. For this, I can either use ma or lam plus mudare. So I can use ma or lam. Lam is one of our harf. Okay. In lam, lamma, walfali. Lam means did not. Lam means did not. Okay. Okay, in lam, lamma, wal falli. Okay, so this the lightest harf. Lam is the light. Okay, and this other one is an, lan, likai, hatta. The four in the left side is the light, and the six on the right side is the lightest. Okay, so lam is the lightest one. So you can use these two to make a sentence that with kana to make it a negative sentence. Okay, because kanas are special. Okay, so we are giving a special slides for them to how to make it negative. Okay, so you can see here ma kana yansuru. Okay, no, he had not been helping. No, he didn't used to help. Simple as that. Okay, then when you would lam, we have to make it mudare. So the kana is not kana anymore. It became yakun. Okay, and why yakun? Because lam is the lightest harf. So it's not yakunu, it's yakun. Okay, so lam yakun yansuru means he hadn't been helping. He hadn't been helping. He did not used to help. So same meaning, but there is two ways to do that. One is ma, one is lam plus the kana becomes yakunu. Okay, or yakun. Okay, because the lightest one. The points to note here, using evening lamp plus mudare, we have to use the mudare version of the kana, okay, which should match with the fail. That is for the fail yansuru, okay, we should use the mudare form of kana, which is matches yansuru, and that will be yakunu. If it was, yansuruna, then it will be yakununa. So basically what they're saying, whatever the fail in the fail, in the yansuru, okay, the word that comes after kana, we should match it when we have been doing with the lam. We're doing with the lam, okay? Lam makes the mudare lightest. We already talked about that. In the example above, kana yansuru, the mudare form of kana is yakunu. Okay, so that's why. But when lam comes, yakunu becomes lightest. Yakun. To sukun, yakun, right? Okay, and also at the bottom, if we can see, yakunu, okay, when it become lightest, actually should be yakunu. So there's two sukun. So if you look at the four letters, like ya, kaf, wa, and noon has a u. Okay, so we put a sukun. So yakunu, yakun. Okay, but Arab, in Arabic, you can't have two sukun one after another. There's no word in Arabic that has two sukun one after the other. So they took the wa off because wa is a weak letter, right? Ya, alif, wa, these are weak letters, okay? So they took the wa off, that's why it became yakun. So just to show you that if you got confused, oh, it was yakunu and I put a sukun, so what happened to the wa? Okay, the wa got disappeared. Okay, so that's why there's a red cross there. Okay, so it's an X mark. Okay, so there's no yakunu like this. Okay, so it's yakun. Okay, so wa is gone. Okay, so just to show you. Okay, so negation with kana jumla failure is like this. So you use ma or lam plus the mudare version of the kana, and the mudare version of kana will have the same because kana has different form, like huwa kana, huma kana, hum kanu. Okay, hiya kanat. So use the right form that is in the fail. Simple as that. Okay, simple as that. Okay, now the kana.
Brother, can you just go back on that one? I have got a question. So kana itself, so yansuru has a pronoun inside there, right?
Yes.
He helps.
Yes.
Kana also has he didn't. So does that also have a pronoun inside kana?
Yes, kana has a pronoun inside it.
Exactly. So
Yes,
kana also has a pronoun. So
yeah.
two pronouns there.
But that pronoun doesn't get when you in a positive sentence, it doesn't get translated because kana yansuru means, remember we said kana plus
Yeah,
fel madi,
yeah,
it just gives you the meaning. Okay, that
yeah, yeah.
the it gives you the
So
uh,
kana,
sense of time.
yeah,
You kana if kana plus madi is
yeah,
that something used to happen.
yeah. Yeah, okay. So in the next one, lam. So
Hmm.
lam also he didn't. Then yakunu also has he in it
No,
because
no,
of
no.
yeah.
Lam has no pronoun inside it. Lam is a harf. Lam has
But
no.
lam also has a he meaning in it. He
No,
didn't.
no, no. It
Oh,
doesn't.
did it?
Lam means did not.
Did not, but there was
Did not.
no
Yeah.
indication of
No,
them.
no,
Okay.
no pronoun in there.
Yeah.
Nothing there. Lam has no chart. Okay, so lam is
So
lam. Okay. Yes,
so lam is
yakunu.
didn't.
Yes,
So yakun has got he in it,
yes,
and yansuru also has he in it.
yes, yes. And yakun became lightest because of
Yeah,
lam,
because
because
of
lam.
lam.
Okay,
Yeah.
and yakun we take the he version because yansuru was the he version. That's why if you look at the point number one at the below, it says if it were like this, kana yansuruna. Okay, kana yansuruna. Okay, then means they used to help. They used to help. In that case, we should make lam takun. Okay, lam yakunu, yakununa. Okay, so it will become the other one. There should be a wa here, so the wa will become the whom version. Okay, so whatever is in the fail, when you use the lam, you should bring that one in the kana.
So that's why I want to ask the first one. Why? First one. Why it is not ma yakunu yansuru?
Because ma is not a half light or the lightest half. So ma is
I
the
understand, but you could make it yakunu, not
uh,
yakun. Yakun. Ma will not affect it and make it lightest.
yeah, but to make something yakun or yakunu, you must have a reason. Lam is the reason it became the lightest. Okay, so if there
Yeah.
is no reason, you don't change it. So that's the like basic rule. So
Mm.
so there's two ways to make it negative. Okay, one way you don't change anything, you just put a ma. That's the easy way. Okay. Or other way to say, sometimes you will say there is a lam and there is change because lam, we put lam, it has to be changed with the lightest and with the
Oh, okay.
right pronunciation.
Now it's clear. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Because the use of ma and lam, that's what
Yes,
dictates.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, we continue kana negation still. There is two template of kana negation. Okay, there's two ways to, you will see the kana, the sentence with kana, because kana is highly used. So that's why we're talking too much about kana, right? So there's two ways that kana sentence can be can become, okay, in the Quran. Okay, so first of all, you can see ma kana, just like we saw ma kana, and then something there, and then there's a li there. Okay, so for example, Kana Yansur, we just say he used to help. Ma Kana Yansur also we just saw he didn't used to help. Okay, Ma Kana Li Yansur. What will be the meaning of that? Okay, because sometimes you will see the Ma Kana is there, but there's extra Li there. And this Li is from the Likaili. This is the light, likai become li sometimes kai, sometimes likai. So the four halves that make light half. Li here is the light half, not the lightest. Okay, there's a lightest li also. Okay, in lam lama wal fal li, the last one is the lightest, but this is the likai's li. Okay, and if you look at the Arabic, it says ma kana and then li yan sura. So it's the light version. Okay, not the lightest. Okay, light version. Okay, ma kana is why do we need the li? Why do we need this template? Because this is one other way to make kana negation, and this is lot of ayahs comes in this way, ma kana li. Okay, and then there's something in between. Okay, and we'll look into this. What is the in between? So it could be anything. It could be another jumla failure or another jumla ismiya, it could be there. Okay, now when you see ma kana with li, the meaning changes, like some little bit of meaning changes. Okay, so there are three possible translation. Okay, the first two are almost similar in the meaning. Okay, little bit of change. Okay, depending on how it's done, but the third one is different. So it means that he would never be one to help. Look at the difference. Okay, so there's one, the kana yansuru is he used to help. Ma kana yansuru, he did not used to help. But this one, ma kana li yansura, he would never be one to help. It is impossible that he would help. Okay, or it could mean it wouldn't be right for him to help. Okay, think about these meanings. They're very different than just simply saying he did not used to help. So there is the second one. It is saying that is like you can't even imagine that it's not possible for him to help. Okay, or it wouldn't be right for him to help also. Okay, so it different kinds of meaning. As I said, it's a bit complicated because it depends on the context. Okay, but the first two, he would never be one to help. It is impossible that he would help. It's kind of similar meaning, but it wouldn't be right for him to help, as if that he wanted to help, but something stopped him, and it was not the right thing to do for him. Okay, so even for that one, they use the same format, ma kana li, and this li, what is this li? This li is the light harf li. Okay, so the makanali, so it means that the makanali yansur means he would never be one to help, or you can say it is impossible that he would help, or it could be it wouldn't be right for him to help. Okay, so we need to know this template so that we say that when you say makana yansuru, he did not used to help, just adding a li and make the yansuru yansura. Okay, the meaning has a significant changes. Okay, so that's why we are learning this template. Okay, so ma kana liyan sura means he would never be one to help. It is impossible that he would help. It wouldn't be right for him to help. Okay, and
Brother,
mm,
in lightest, Lee was should,
yes,
but in the light, was there Lee? Here,
yeah,
Hatta was there.
no, Likai was there.
Likai.
Likai,
Oh, Likai
and
was there.
Likai
Okay.
could be Li also.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember, I
yeah,
said
yeah.
Likai could
Okay,
be.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's the
Likai
whole
is
word
Lee.
Likai. It
Yeah,
could
yeah.
be Li. Sometimes it could be Kai. So as
Mm.
if like it has two part. Li and Kai is two part. The whole two parts sometimes been used in the Quran, likai. Okay, there's one example in Surah Hashar. Okay, Surah Hashar, ayah number 6 or 7. Okay, okay. So this the full word likai has been used. Okay, sometimes only li, sometimes only kai. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
So here you can see the note that the li is the light half. It makes the mudare light. Therefore, yansuru become yansura. Yeah, yansuru become yansura. Okay. So this is one template. There's another one I'm going to show you now, inshallah. Uh, let's look at an example. Ma kana Allahu li yutli akum alal ghaibi. Okay. So ma kana Allahu. Okay. So we have ma and kana. Then we have li yutliya. Yutliya. Kum is attached pronoun. Okay, kum is attached pronoun. So our light half is yutliya. Okay, like yan sura yutliya. Okay, so ma kan Allahu, and the word Allahu is what the Allahu here? What is the grammatical term for word Allahu in this case? Can anyone tell me? Ma kan Allahu.
Is it the basically is in rougher format? So is
Yes.
the, well, what do you call it? The file, file.
File, yes, yes, almost there. And what is the when the file used with kana, because kana sentence actually not jumla
Yeah,
failure. It's
is
called ism kana.
Isam
Oh,
Kana. Yeah.
ism kana. Okay, ism kana. Okay, so kana Allahu, ma kana Allahu. Okay, and then li, again the li, yutli'a, yutli'a meaning, okay, kum alal ghaibi is mutalik bil khabar here. Okay, alal ghaibi is harf of jar. Okay, so the meaning here will be Allah would never be one to inform. So yutli'a means to inform. Allah would never be one to inform you, all of you, kum, of the unseen, about the unseen. Okay, okay, so it is not possible. We should not in this case we cannot say it is impossible that Allah would do that, because nothing is impossible for Allah. Okay, so the best translation is that Allah, and we can even say it wouldn't be right for Allah. Okay, because we can't decide what is right and wrong for Allah. Everything is right for Allah, right? So but we can say Allah would never be one to inform you of the unseen. So that's because of the li, the use of li. Okay, and yutliya means to inform. Okay, so yatliyu, yatlua means to inform. Okay, so this is one of the ayah of the Quran. So ma kana Allahu yutla alal ghaib. So this is one template where ma kana is used, and then something there. Okay, and then the li, and then something can come after li as well. Okay, after li as well. So this is just to show you the example. For example, here if you fill in the blanks, right? So after ma kana, the word Allahu came as a ism kana, or you can say as you're saying fire, like outside doer. You can say that in your mind. Okay, but the grammatical type is ism kana. Okay, so that fill in the blanks is like Allahu. Then we have li. After li, we have a fail in a light form, li with ya, and then we have a maful bihi kum. Okay, and alal ghaibe is our, you can say, mutallik bil khabar, mutallik bil fail here. Okay, because it's a jumla failure for that part. Okay, so ma kana Allahu liyutilakum alal ghaibe. Okay, now let's go to template number 2, which is very similar, template number 2, but there's an extra word there. Okay, an. Now, makana dash li dash an, then something. Here, this li is our old friend harf of jar. Li means for. Okay, la or li means for. Okay, so in the template 1, li was a light harf, but here the li is a harf of jar. And we also have another thing called an. An, we just talked about an in the first light harf. An is two. And what two means? Two means like, to exercise is good. So it's two plus some idea. Okay, so that's called two. Okay,
Excuse me,
so
brother, the Lee in template one, that Lee and this Lee is not the same. The
not the
Harpy
same,
jar.
not the same. No, that's what we are saying. That's not the same. This li is harf of jar. It will
The
make the
other
thing,
one, the other one.
or the light harf.
Right.
Okay, now because it's harf of jar, so obviously the word after that will not be a fail, it will be ism, right? Because harf of jar works with ism only. Okay, and the meaning of this kind of things will be, it would not be possible or appropriate for to do something. Okay, so this is the template and a meaning for this. Okay, for example, ma kana li Maryama. Okay, li Maryama an tanama, an tanama. Okay, so now an is a harf as well. Okay, and this is the harf two, and that makes things light, not lightest. Okay, light. Okay, so in this template also we have a harf, but not the li. An, we have a li, not harf, it's the harf of jar. Okay, so ma kana li Maryama. Okay, so it would not be possible or appropriate for Maryam, because it's Maryam, right? And why Maryama? Why not Maryami? Because harf of jar should make it jar, right? Saiful bhai, why Mariama? Why not Mariami?
Because it's a non-Arab name.
Yes, very good, very
Yeah.
good. Yes, it's non-Arab name. So it can have kasra. Okay, so ma kana li Mariama antanama. Okay, and antanama is to do something. Okay, what is tanama means? Tanama means to. Yeah, I'll show you here actually. It is something to, like, going to sleep or doze off or something. Okay, so it wouldn't be possible or appropriate for Mariam to sleep. And this is not an ayah. This is not an ayah. This is just a normal Arabic sentence. Not talking about Mariam, the mother of Isa alayhi salam. It's just an example here. Okay, it's not a Quranic ayah. Okay, so it wouldn't be possible or appropriate for Mariam to sleep. So this is the template of the another kana negation that start with ma kana li. Okay, but this li is for. While translating, do not mess with the kana part. Even though Mariam is feminine, do not change kana to kanat. So in this template, although Mariam is feminine, okay, but it is coming after li. So it is not our outside doer. Okay, like that we just say makan Allahu. Okay, so that's why the kana will still remain kana. It's not gonna get the feminine version. Okay, because it's not detached to that, because here the kana, kana means he something. Okay, like he became, okay, so, something that he was. Okay, so it would say here the kana means it. It's always it. It. That's the inside pronoun of kana, you can say. Because there's no word for it. He and it is the same thing, depending on what you're saying, right? So this is the one. Mariam is still Mariam. So don't think, oh, because Mariam is a feminine, I should make it kanat. No, in this template, kana doesn't change. Kana is kana. Doesn't matter what comes after li. Is it a singular? masculine, plural, feminine, doesn't matter. Okay, we don't care about that. Okay, because why? Because the sentence is starting, it wouldn't been possible. So I can say it wouldn't been possible for John to eat. It wouldn't been possible for all the musalli to pray inside. It wouldn't be possible for all the sisters to, go to Hajj. Okay, something. But every time I'm saying it wouldn't be possible. It wouldn't be possible. Makana is that. Eat. Okay. Yes, after four, sometimes it's Mariam, sometimes it's a feminine, sometimes it's that could be something else. Okay. So that's why it's saying here, while translate, do not mess with the kana part, even though Mariam is feminine. Okay. I hope it's clear, right? You can see another one. Ma kana li an sarifa. Okay. Ma kana li. Okay. Shezbhai, can you tell me what is, don't ever, an safira sarifa means actually to travel or something. Okay. So can you translate an sarifa means to travel? I tell you that part, but can you translate the other part? Ma kana li an sarifa.
It won't be appropriate for me
Yes, to
to
travel. To
travel.
travel. Yeah, very good, very good. See, well, Saiful, why did Shezbhai say it would be appropriate for me?
Li
Why
is
did?
that pronoun?
Yes, li plus ana is li. So the ana, remember the pronoun chart we did long
Yeah.
time ago?
Yeah.
Ana
Yeah.
has e and ni,
Li.
right?
Yeah.
So
Both.
so it's a half of jar.
Yeah.
Okay, so li. Okay,
And it that is it harmful? Yeah, it is definitely
it
that.
is half of jar. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
and half of there's a jar version of ana basically. E is the
Yeah.
jar version of ana. Okay, so it's very good. It
But
wouldn't be possible.
and anything that anyway ends with that e is anyway non-flexible, so it can be any form, right? That is also another.
Sorry, which one?
It's
Like,
already jar.
it's a jar, already jar, but even if we didn't know that, but still with ending with that e makes it non-flexible, and therefore it can be any format, right?
No, but you have to have the right pronoun. You cannot say it will be appropriate for you or appropriate for him. Okay, you have to say me.
No.
This in this case, it is the ana.
What
No.
Brother Saiful is thinking about, if that ism would have been the one non-flexible ism, like non-flexible because of
Yeah, alif
finishing with
maksura.
ism. Alif
Yeah, but this
maksura.
is not alif maksura. This is
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is not alif maksura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is yeah. So that's why what you're saying. Like for example, asa.
Musa.
Musa,
Okay.
Musa or
Musa.
Isa or
Isa.
Asa means the staff. Okay, so those ones alif maksud that usually doesn't have the dot. Okay, but yeah, sometimes because of also it consider it is like non-flexible. It can happen. Okay, it can happen. But in this case, this is the ana the eyes jar version. Okay, the jar version of it. Okay, so yeah, that's a nice pickup, Shezbhai, that you picked it up. Very good, mashallah. So these are the two kana negation template. One is ma kana li, which is li is a lighter. Another one is ma kana li an. Okay, and that, as you can see. So why are you doing this? We're doing this because the meaning changes. Okay, it's not the same. That's why when we started with ma kana yansuru, so we started with kana yansuru. Okay, kana yansuru means he used to help. Okay, and how do you know he used to help? Because we know kana plus madi, kana plus mudra, we know that. Okay, and then we negated it. Ma kana yansuru. Now we are saying, oh, it's not only ma kana. If we add something with ma kana, the things can change. The meaning can have different meanings. So that's why we have ma kana li, we have ma kana li an. Okay, so that's why we have extra information with the negation of ma kana. Okay, so that's why these are some extra things with the ma kana. Okay.
Now this
Yes.
Ansarifa,
Yes.
if you go back to there, can that be replaced by single word masdar?
Yes. We are coming there, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
We're coming there. Okay, so now the two templates of negation of kana are template one, ma kana li, yansura. Okay, so and see, you can see here, this is a summary. Okay, and then ma kana Allahu an yansura. Okay, where we have an plus ma kana li jar majrur. Okay, and then fail mudari. Okay, so it's very simple. This is giving you the two types of negation applicable only to kana, not to the sisters. Meaning, kana has some sisters, right? We talked about that. And as I said, those sisters, asbaha, madama, they are in the Quran, but very, very rare. Okay, I mean, nothing compared to kana or laisa. Okay, so that's why we don't focus too much on that. Okay, so and that's why these things, ma kana li, you may think, oh, this kana has this, so maybe the kana sisters also has that. No, it doesn't apply to kana sisters. Only with kana. Okay, only with kana. So that's what we are trying to say here. Okay, in this particular template, the mubtada part, ma kana, which does not change. Okay, and the ism is an plus mudare part, which is rafa. Okay, we have already studied an plus mudare together acts as an ism. Okay, so what they're saying here, see, if we go back to the example, it's just a concept. See, if you look at the last English sentence, it wouldn't be possible, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to leave. Okay, to live is not a verb, right? As I said, like to study, to eat, okay, to wake up in the morning. Okay, so anything that you say with the to, it's like an idea. An idea in Arabic is called master, as we were saying. Okay, and master has a different way to present also. We'll see, I'll show you that one. Okay, so they're saying that basically an plus something, an plus what is something, an has to have something in present tense so that an can make it light. Okay, past tense has no light and lightest version, right? Ism doesn't have light and lightest, in this concept, right? So an plus something present tense. Okay, so that an plus present tense actually is as a ism. It's a ism, and it's a rafa format, the whole thing. Okay, whole thing. So it's just a concept, because if you think of the meaning, it is not appropriate for me to leave. Okay, to leave. Okay, then the to leave part is like an idea. What is not appropriate for me? It's like a detail. It's like a maful, you can say. Okay, what is not appropriate for me? Okay, to leave. Okay, so if you even ask the question, right? So that's what they're saying here. An plus mudare part is rafa. We have already studied, in the it's from the books. So we have already studied an plus mudare together acts as an ism. So just telling that, when you have like an plus mudare, it's kind of like an ism here. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about the an, this concept, but I'll show you there. So there's something here, ma kana lillahi an, okay, an yattakhiza. Okay, and yattakhiza. Okay, so, and ittakhiza means to accept someone as a son. Okay, so it is not appropriate for Allah to take as a son. Okay, so they are just showing here in grammatical terms, the ma kana is the mubtada. Because why kana ma kana is mubtada? Because kana is, we always study kana and laisa in jumla ismiya. Remember, kana laisa is a part of jumla, although they work like in fail chart, kana, huwa kana, hum kana, like this, right? But still they are mubtada. And then the word Allahu is, lillahi here, ma kana lillahi, there's no lam here, it's missed out. Okay, that's mbk. And an plus attakhaz is isam kana. Okay, isam kana. So just to show you that, how different parts work here. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to finish up today, we have only 15 minutes, but as I said, this concept is the last thing in the book. Okay, and it's not difficult. Okay, and but you should know about the concept. Okay, and that's what Shiraz Bhai was telling, that can this be said in one word? Okay, and we'll see what is this called. This is called compound ism. So we started our lesson with ism. If you remember the course with ism can be rafa, nasab, and jar. Remember, we had chart, ism chart, right? Muslimun, musliman, muslimin, all these things we talked about ism. A lot of time we talked about ism, right? There is something called compound ism. Compound ism is not only one word. The ism that we learn so far, is like one word. Okay, yes, ism may have a harf of jar before it, harf of nasab before it, or it ismul ishara. Okay, like haza, hazihi, zalika, tilka, it can have that, but essentially ism is one, and that one word has, it could be rafa, nasab, or jar. Then you can see flexible, non-flexible, all this thing. Okay, there is something called compound ism, and the compound ism in Arabic is called masdar. Okay, masdar. And we'll talk about a little bit about that. Okay, and the masdar concept will be more clear in the next stage of the course when you do sarf. Okay, okay, and then it will be more clear to you, inshallah, there. But that's to jumping to the next stage. It's better that we have this idea now. Okay, there are a handful of tools that appear before a complete sentence and cause it to function like an ordinary ism. They create what is known as compound ism. Okay, he helps is a complete sentence. To help is an idea. Okay, so he helps is a complete sentence. To help is an idea. Okay, so and the two, remember, two is, we just did a two, right? To leave. Okay, this is an. Okay, for example, I can say I love chocolates. Okay, I love to help. So if you see I love chocolate, the chocolate is a ism. Okay, chocolate is an ism, isn't it? What do I love? I love chocolate. Simple. But if I say I love to help, is it the same as the chocolate? No, there's an extra to there. There's a preposition there in English. Okay, and then then there is something in action also there. Help is an action. Nasara, right? Okay, who nasara or yansuru. Okay, whatever you want to say, right? Or I love that I help. That also we can say. Okay, but in both cases, the thing that comes after the love is our mafulish in this case. What do you want to? What do you love? Chocolates. What do you love? To help. What do you love? That I help. So everything is a love, but the things is not always one word. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I can say I eat mangoes. Okay, okay, that's one word. I eat mangoes. Okay, but if I say I love to eat mangoes, okay, I love to eat mangoes. So to eat mangoes, there is it is still there, but it's an idea. Okay, so the English is clear so far. Mind, is it okay for you? Are you getting it? So here, if you look at this, the that I help part can be replaced with chocolate, and it is a compound ism. Chocolate is a standard ism in this example. That plus sentence is the ism in this case. Okay, so basically we're trying to say that sometimes ism doesn't come by itself. It's not just a single word. It could be a fail. Okay, I love to walk in the morning. Okay, I love to walk. To walk. To walk. Walk is a verb. It's a fail. Okay, but I'm putting a to and making it a compound ism. Making it a compound ism. So that's what we're trying to say. Okay, if I say and we can also say I in English. There's a way to say that I love walking. Walking. Right? I love walking. Then I take the to out. Okay, I can say that way. Okay, and here also you can say that way. Okay, the compound is in Arabic. It depends how you're translating that in English. Okay, but in Arabic there's a tool for do that. There's a tool. There's a way to make this compound ism, and I will look into that. We'll look into that. Okay, so here we say we learned that an makes the fail after it light. Okay, clear everyone? An makes the fail light. We learned that Anna. Where did you learn about Anna? What is Anna? Mind, where do you remember what is Anna? No? Anybody else remember what is Anna?
Harf of Nasab.
Harf of Nasab, yes, Harf of Nasab. Okay, so we learned that Anna makes the ism also mansuf. Okay, so meaning Nasab. Okay, that is one function that each of these harf serve. Both of these harf, however, serve another function. They transform a sentence into a compound ism. They transform a sentence into a compound. So this means an and Anna, they can make something a compound ism. They have their own jobs. They do make things light. They make things nasab that we already learned. But now we are looking that, they have some other extra activities to do. And, and one of the activities is to make something compound ism. Compound ism. And we'll see examples on how they do it and what are the rules related to that. Okay. And in fact, there is not too much rule in this one. Okay. For example, if we say Yusafiru, he travels. He travels. Okay. If we say an Yusafira, it's a compound. It's to travel, that he travels. So an Yusafira you can change it in two ways. Okay. You can translate so to travel, because we know an means to, or you can say that he travels. An means that also. Okay. Okay. And if we say Yurida an Yusafiru, Yurida means to love, or he wants. Okay. So he wants to travel. So he wants to travel. So see how The travel was a fail itself, like eat, help, all of them are like a fail. Okay, we put an an before that, and then it became a compound ism. And yurida is another fail, like he wants, Yurida means he wants. Okay, you read. Okay, so you read the, okay, and that it become the an yusafira. Okay, so that is one example. An transform the jumla failure into a compound ism. Okay, we're talking about an. An transform a jumla failure into a compound ism. So because yusafira is a jumla ismi, jumla failure, because it has a pronoun inside it, isn't it? So it means he travels. He travels is a sentence. Okay, when you put the an, it becomes a compound ism. So from the fail, it becomes a compound ism with the help of an. With the help of an. Okay, and this is technical term for this
Brother,
is,
I've got a question here.
yeah.
Anna as a half of nasab is that, right?
Yes,
But Anna can be used as an as well.
it's coming up, brother. It's
Yeah.
coming, inshallah. Inshallah.
No.
Okay.
Let me just finish that question.
Mhm.
So this an is the light an,
Mm.
light harf an, right?
Yes.
So why you are using it? It means two, but why you are also trying to make it that?
It
This is
also
not
means
similar.
that as well. It can, you can also mean that he travels also. It also means you can make it that as well. Okay. Okay, but that he travels, it cannot be, it's not anna, it's an, but the an has two ways to say it. Two also, to travel, or that he travels. Okay, and in fact, to travel is the most common way. Okay, it's common, but you can translate as that he travels. Okay, that's also possible. Okay, and that he travels, actually it becomes a ism actually also, because it doesn't, it's not a complete thing. Okay, it's not a complete thing.
Yes,
That's why.
I will add here a little bit. An isafera. This format is common in the Quran.
Yes.
And also, if you say that to travel, now, so to he traveled, it doesn't make sense.
Hmm.
So the meaning here, right meaning here, is that he traveled. So an, that light harf an has two meanings. One is to travel, or
That he
can
travels. Yeah.
sometimes that he travels.
Yeah.
Both meaning is when you ignore the ism with that fail, then it means to travel. Isn't it, right?
Yes. Yes.
You got
Yes.
ignore. In some cases, you can ignore that, and
Yeah.
something else replaces in its place.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
And we'll talk about,
Sorry.
yeah. So that one is the technical term for is called an al mustariya. An al mustariya, okay, like master an. So that's, you don't have to remember that, but it's a compound, it's a master. Okay, so the an of master. So here, as you can see, this is just an example. Al ustadu, mudhikun. Okay, the teacher is funny. Okay, mudhikun means funny. Okay, or like something joyful person. Okay, al ustadu. Now, if I say it like this, anna al ustada mudhikun. Okay, that the teacher is funny. That the teacher is funny. So now this time, al ustadu mudhikun. Is it a jumla ismi or a failure, Saiful bhai?
I think it should be Ismiya because we have a al.
Yes, jumla ismiya. Yes, al ustadu mudhakun is simply jumla. There's no fail here. The teacher is funny. Simple as that, right? Now, because it's a jumla ismiya, we are using harf of nasab. Annal ustada, okay, that the teacher is funny, okay? But that the teacher is funny is not a complete thing. The whole thing is not a complete thing. The teacher is funny was good. It is a complete sentence. But because I put Anna, it becomes a compound ism now. That the teacher is funny. Okay. So maybe I can say, I love that the teacher is funny. Okay. We appreciate that the teacher is funny. Okay. Okay. So it is a quality that the teacher is funny. Okay. So anything you can put before that. So we love that the teacher is funny. So that the teacher is funny is a compound ism here. So what we saw so far, that we can make something jumla ismiya, we use the an. Jumla jumla failure, we use an, that's an mastariya. And anna is half of nasab, we use it with jumla ismiya. Okay, so here you can see wa yahsabuna annahum muhtadun, wa yahsabuna. Okay, yahsabuna to assume something, to believe something. Okay, so they believed. annahum, annahum, okay? Anna is again harf of nasb. Annahum means that they. So they believe that they are guided. They believe that they are. So annahum muhtadun, muhtaduna, okay? It is a compound ism. So what do they believe? They believe that, so that part is, so it is a, so what we are trying to say, to make a compound ism, there is two ways, an or anna. Usually an is used, okay, always, actually most of the time an is used with the jumla failure, because it's a fail thing, it's a harf thing, okay, a light harf. And anna is an ism thing, so it's used with jumla ismiya, okay, and annahu, okay. So anna transform jumla ismiya into a compound ism, okay. That's what we're trying to say here, okay. Tabayyana lahu annahu adun. Tabayyana is a one word actually. Tabayyana means to clear something, okay. Lahu annahu adu, okay. So tabayyana means it cleared, or it became clear for him, okay, for him, that he is enemy. It should be aduwallahu, like aduwallahi, the enemy of Allah. So that he is an enemy became clear to him. Other way to say that also. Or you can say it became clear that he is an enemy. That he is an enemy became clear to him. See, that he is an enemy. Annahu adu. Annahu means that he is. Okay. And adu means enemy. That he is an enemy became clear to him. Tabayyana. Okay. Tabayyana. And in this case, actually, the whole annahu adu, the whole thing, the compound ism, the status of this compound ism actually rafa, because it is the file of tabayyana. File of tabayyana. Okay. Tabayyana is a hua version here. Okay. Tabayyana. Okay. So here, this is working. So what thing became clear? The annahu adun. Okay. So it is the like the rafa in that case. So what is master again? A master is an idea: to eat, to sleep, to help, to eating, sleeping, crying. Okay. Now we will see that, as we said, like, there's two ways to say I love to walk or I love walking. Okay. We can say, like, eating in the morning is good for health, or to eat in the morning is good for health. So we will see that, the master is the Arabic third word in the learned in family surf. Okay, so the chart that I gave you, if you go back to the chart, all the family, the third word is the master. Okay, the third word is the master. Okay, now we'll see something. So for example, Islaman, to submit. Okay, Nasran, to help. Okay, so these are the third word of the family that I have given you. Okay, and all of them obviously ism, because they have an, double fatha. Okay, an. Okay, so Islaman, Nasran. Okay, these are also master. Okay, so they don't have an before it. Okay, as if, as I was saying, in English also we can say I love to walk, or I can say I love walking. So the one I said with the two, that is like an, and one I say without the two. Walking, I just add an ing. Okay, exercising. Okay, or reciting. Okay, reciting Quran. I love reciting. Okay, so all these things can be used with a master, and master is nothing but an ism. Okay, and this is one of the word in the family. Okay, so this is Islaman. Okay, and it could be with different family is a different format. Okay, and that's why we need to learn the families one. Okay, but they are always ism because they have tanween at the end. Okay, the other way to say that, yuslimu, you submit, that's the fail now. Okay, an yuslima, to submit. So here it's like a math, right? So, Islaman is similar to an yuslimu. So what I'm trying to say here, that both way, like using one word, Islaman, meaning submission or submitting or to submit, is also same as an yuslima, to submit. Same thing. It's the same thing. So master can be presented with one word. Master can be presented with an plus the light harf. Lighter plus the light version of the fail. Is that clear, Saiful?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, clear. So basically, to make master, we can use a two, which is my an, or without the two, we can also use the normal one. Okay, and so basically we can say here there are two ways to saying an idea: the master or the compound ism. So master or the compound. So that's why we say annal mastaria, right? So that when you make compound ism is two, and when you make the master is just a master. It's just like a ism itself. You don't have the fail there anymore, right? So, but what is why there's a difference? Is there any difference between them? Okay, I mean grammatically we can see there's sometimes I love to work.
Just I got a question. The third word is always the basic verb, because every verb starts with to eat, to sit, to sleep, to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, we are talking about the third word in the chart. Remember the family chart I gave you? That one, yeah.
I understand. So third word is always the basic verb. Okay.
Not the basic verb, the idea of the verb.
Sorry, idea of the verb, yeah.
Idea
but
of the verb.
that idea itself starts with to anyway, to sit, to walk.
Yes. Or you can put ing with that.
Okay.
Okay.
And
like
you can put
allama
ing as well. Okay.
Yeah, like for
because it's an idea. It's an idea. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So for example, allama means he taught. Yuallimu means he teaches. Ta'liman is the teaching.
Yeah.
Okay, so teaching is rewarding. Okay, you can say that.
So within the word itself, it has it, but by introducing an, it introduces to, and only thing it does, it makes it light. But
yes.
what other, why not just totally not use it? Use just
good point. That's what we're going to see now. So you're saying that we can use the master all the time. So why do Allah sometimes use the master and sometimes Allah choose to use the two form, right? So why not use only one format? Good question. Okay, there is some difference. There is some reasons. Okay, especially in the Quran. Okay, and that's the gist of the thing. Okay, for example, jahaban means to go, but when you say jahaban, okay, so zahaba use here, it means to go. Okay, jahaban means to go or going. You can say going. Do you see any doer there? Can you tell me, is there any doer here? Any pronoun? No, it's a pure ism, isn't it? There's no doer here. There's no hua version, here version. Nothing is here, right? But if I say like this, an yazhaba, so what is the pronoun there? Yazhaba. So now it comes, remember Rashida's way of saying that to go or that he goes. So it has a pronoun still, which we don't say it, but we can say it. Okay. So the master has no pronoun. The compound ism, okay, actually it has a pronoun. It has a pronoun. And sometimes we translate that as like that he travels. Okay, that he travels. We can say that traveling, okay, or to travel, okay, but we can also say that he travels. So what is the point? So the point,
just if that is the case, that is a better translation then.
Yeah, it is a better translation. Maybe it's a better translation, but it depends. And you will see the thing now. Okay, I'll give you one example. You'll understand. Say a master is timeless and doerless. Is that clear? Master meaning the word with the tanween, like the third word. Okay, it's doerless and timeless. It doesn't have any time. It doesn't have any doer, because timeless means it's not in the past. It's not in the present. Because ism doesn't have any time. It's just timeless, right? And it doesn't have a doer also. A compound ism, or you can say compound master, is timeless but focuses on past or present tense and has a doer. It is acting like an ism but has the qualities of a fail as well. The compound ism or master shows a sense of urgency as well. So when you see a master with a double fatha, okay, or like a ism format, okay, then it is a timeless thing. It doesn't have a present and past, and it is as if like a infinite kind of thing. It's a doerless thing. There's no urgency in there. But when you see with a fail to, okay, and so the compound ism, in that case, you can see that there is a fail there. Allah is pointing out a person, or maybe it could be a third person singular, third person, dual, or it could be, second person, or first person. Okay, and there is a sense of urgency also there. Okay, it's the urgency there. For example, if I say, brother Saiful, reviewing the papers is good for you, is good. This is a good practice. Okay, reviewing the paper. You can say, yes, brothers say that, reviewing is good. But that doesn't say you have to do it. You have to do it. I just think a general thing. Reviewing is very good. Revising is very good practice. Okay. I didn't say it's for you. But if I say for you to review is good, okay, or to you to review is good, and I mention you as a pronoun, okay, that means you're thinking that I'm talking to you. All this is a good practice, but I'm talking with a particular pronoun. Okay, and that's what the difference is. It's a very subtle difference, but it carries a good thing. I can see when Allah use a master, it's a general instruction, as if it is for everyone in every situation. It doesn't have a doer, it doesn't have a time. When Allah is using an plus something, that means Allah is trying to say a group of people. Maybe it could be a third person singular number, or a third person plural number. Okay, or it may have also some urgency. Allah is trying to focus something very urgent to this. Okay, so that's the minute difference, you can say, but it has implication. Okay, for example, if I say as-siyamu khairul lakum, as-siyamu khairu, what is siyam means? Fasting. Okay, Ramadan is coming, right? As-siyamu, and the word as-siyamu has a al, so definitely it's a noun. Okay, it's a siyam is fasting. Okay, khairun lakum. Okay, so siyam is good for all of you. Fasting is good for all of you. As-siyamu. Okay. Okay, and siyamun, actually it was siyamun, but because of al, it doesn't have tanwin now. Okay, it doesn't have tanwin. It's an idea. See, fasting is an idea, right? Fasting is not you fast, it's fasting. But Allah didn't say in the Quran, as siyamu khairul lakum. You know what Allah said? Allah said, antasumu khairul lakum. That you fast. See, tasumu, ta beginning, u ending. Ta beginning, antasumu. Allah could have said, as-siyamu khairul lakum. Fasting is better for all of you. Not in the Quran. Allah said, antasumu khairul lakum. To fast, all of you, is good for you. So because Allah is talking to the believers. Also Allah is saying, Allah mentioning the pronoun that, you should know this is for you. It is not just a general idea. And you have to do this. That's why the urgency is there, and Allah used that one. Okay, the antasumu, that all of you fast is better for you. You see the difference, Brother Saiful? See? So
Yeah.
asiyamu, okay, and this is the perfection of speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
He's being very specific.
Very, very specific. Because
He's giving the
we can't talk like this.
Brother, how do you say the specific? Is it means that pointing pronoun?
Yes, kind of pointing pronoun, because antasumu, the pronoun is an there, and antasumu is the antum version. Okay, yeah. So all of you, that, and look at the difference. The first one is fasting is better for all of you. But who's fasting? You. Allah is in that all of you fast. That all of you fast. And see, now we didn't translate with two, as Shehzbai said, you can sometimes translate with two. Because if I say two fast, to all of you, you can say that, but it doesn't make a good English, right? So, it's better to say that all of you fast is better for you. So it's very specific. And as I said, human beings cannot talk like that.
Can I ask you here a very basic question?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe, as you said, in the compound ism, we use an for jumla filia, and for ana we use it for jumla ismiya.
Yes.
But can you just tell me what's the basic difference between an and anna?
An is used for, whenever you say an, the next word after an should be a fail in the present tense. Right. And anna is our harf of nasab. Anything after anna is an ism in the nasab format. Okay.
So harf of nasab, I know that anna. And what is
Anna.
an? Is it in the any group of the
Yes, it's the light harf. If you
light?
go, you know, the at the beginning of this today's lecture, I show you the harf, light and the lighter. So we did it before. So an is the first one on that. Okay, the light harf. Light makes things light. Light means the yansuru become yansura. Okay, and that's why we have the first chart. You know, the present tense 3 types of chart. So that's one of them. Okay, so that's also so that is the difference.
Thank you.
Okay. Now sometimes the other way around is also applicable. Okay, so for example, if you look at this one, in khaira zadati taqwa, in khaira zada taqwa. So zada means, you know, it means extra or increase. Okay, so inna khaira, so inna khaira, so certainly it is better. Khaira means better, certainly it is better is extra provision. Taqwa here means provision, okay, or you know, or protection, okay, whatever way you can say it. Okay, so here certainly the best of all provision is taqwa. Okay, the best is taqwa. So inna is certainly, khaira is khaira because of inna, right? And zada is the you know, you can say, you know, the best provision. Okay, so best of provision, zada is the provision. Okay, and that is the taqwa, that is the taqwa. Okay, so at-taqwa. In this one, if you see the word taqwa, at-taqwa, there's a al before it. Al, so it's an idea. Taqwa is a idea, and it is used as a master here. It is used as a master here. At-taqwa here is a master. You can now see the because of al, it doesn't have this one, and it has the alif maksur at the end, right? At-taqwa is a master. But here, this is the word in the Quran. Okay, taqwa. Okay, but Allah did not say here that, you know, inna khayra zada antattaqu, like antasumu. He said, why? Because the taqwa, the protection, is for every situation. It's every situation that, you know, it is the best of all provision. Meaning, when you know, in the olden time, when people used to go for traveling, right, they have to take their provision with you. Okay, because, you know, they don't know what they're gonna have in the road. Okay, so they take their food with them, some maybe a piece of cloth or everything, so that, you know, they can stay somewhere. Okay, so it is best practice that, you know, you take your provision, the protection. You know, think about taqwa. You know, taqwa, we mean the God, you know, God consciousness. Okay, the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if we translate it that way, is it for a particular situation? Is it for only you? No, it is for everyone, and it is for every situation. Whether you go for a traveling, whether you go for a study, whether you go for your job. Okay, so in that case, Allah didn't mention an urgency there. Allah said it is for all kind of situation, and it is not only for you. Okay, it is for everyone. It is not only for you. Okay, that, you know, when you take provisions, you know, and you're cautious about that, you're got cautious, or, you know, you're just cautious by yourself, that, you know, always being cautious. Basically, what trying to Allah say here, being cautious is always the best practice. Best practice. Okay, and do we have to only cautious on Ramadan, or no? It's always we shall. So that's why Allah did not use the compoundism here. He used the master version. So what we are trying to say, that, you know, sometime Allah use master, sometime use Allah compoundism. Okay, and that's the difference here. That's the difference. That's the difference here. Okay.
But here for master, as you said, whether we use an or without an, still it is master.
No. The first one, at-taqwa, is the master format. Antattaku, there's extra ta here. Antattaku, that's the antum version. Like antasumu, antattaku. Okay, so but Allah did not use that, because taqwa is not for, you know, a specific time. It is for all time. It is not for a specific group. It's for everyone. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say, that, you know, sometime Allah use an plus something, sometime Allah use without the an, just the ism itself. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, that's the difference.
And
so
whether it is used, an is used or not, it is still, we call what you said, the word masda.
No, if you use an, then it's called, it's a different type of master. It's called an-mastaria. The other English word is for compound ism. Okay, and when you don't use an, it is only called master. Okay, it's only called master. Okay, So now, I think that's the end. There's other few things, but I'm going to quickly gloss over them. There's just to show you
Just
some.
one question here.
Yeah.
Inna khairan, khairan.
Yeah. It's
Right?
mudaf. That's the mudaf has to be light.
Inna khaira. Okay.
Khaira is mudaf. Azad is the mudaf ilayh.
Azad, that's right. Okay. Sorry, that's mudaf is light.
Mudaf is
That's
always
Azad.
light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
light, no alif lam. Yes. So that's fine. The few things I think I will keep it for next week because it's just a information, but I'll send you the link. I mean the PDF today. So it's the difference between is. We talked about is and isa before, but here it's just saying that sometimes the isa can is and isa that can be used with jumla failure or jumla ismiya as well, and it could be past tense or present tense also. But is means when, it's always give the meaning of past. Okay, even if you have a present tense after this, it give the meaning of past. Okay, but I will go through this. You can go through it by yourself, and then I will talk about it next week, inshallah. When you do the review, before you will go through this. Another important thing I have in this page before you go there. This is the same with Isa, and it's just saying, if you just see here, it's saying is and Isa both followed by fail madi and fail mudare. Is will still mean when it in the when is means when, okay, but in the past, like when I went to Asia last night, okay, so this means when, but it's in the past. Will still mean when in the future, and Isa will mean in the future. Isa means when that, but in the future, when I will go to Zohor today, okay. So both meanings when. Is and isa, we talked about is and isa before. If you go through your slide, we had before. One is when in the past, one is when in the future. Simple as that. Okay, and it can be used with fail madi, fail mudare. Nothing to learn here, just a concept. Okay, there's no rules or nothing, but you just remember that is means when in the past. Although is after is, it could be something in present tense. Jumla, jumla failure will fail mudare. Okay, but still it pushes the meaning in the past. And isa may have something in the past, but it still pushes the meaning in the future. Okay, so that's just showing that the difference between is and isa. Last
Is
thing.
it that Isa is Kala Musa, so Musa said in the past, right?
Yeah, is qala, yeah. Is
Yeah.
and isa, yeah. Is means so Musa said it's in the past. That's why is, not so isa. Okay, but Allah say iza zulzilatil ardu zilzalaha, is in the future, isn't it? Okay, and sometimes is could be in the past. Okay, the past tense, but with the remember we said that past tense is used with more confirmation. The lot of things in the day of judgment that's going to happen, Allah mentioned with the past tense. Okay, mentioned with the past tense, because why? Past tense give an indication in Arabic that this is a done deal. It's happened. It's already happened, meaning like you can't have no doubt that it's not going to happen. So that's why the past tense give the. So sometimes you will see the day of judgment description are in the past, like iza shamsu suyirat, like nasarat suyirat, okay, izal kuburu bosirat, okay. So all these things are in the past tense, okay, but they are talking about the judgment, when the sun will open up, when the sky will crack open, okay, all these things. But they have in the past, but it's because it's in the complete sense of believe that it's been done already. Okay, so here you can see.
Is this Saman Fatarat, like Surah in Fitr, is the same as that?
Yes, yeah. So here you can see some examples, okay, that when Isa is used, how the things got changed. Okay, so is Nasara when he helped. Simple. Is means when in the past. When is still the same is Yansuru when he kept helping. So this Yansuru, both of them is. Is when in the past. So both of them are in the past tense, but one is like past tense once, one is like past tense continuous. Okay. Isa Nasara. Isa in the when he helps, present or future. Okay. Isa Yansuru when he keeps helping. Okay. When he keeps helping. Okay. Isa with Jumla failure is when. Isa with Jumla Ismiya could sometimes also mean all of a sudden, out of somewhere. So Isa with Jumla Ismiya can sometimes also mean all of a sudden, out of nowhere. It can also mean that way. Like for example, Huwa Kadimun, he is coming. If I say Iza Huwa Kadimun, all of a sudden he can come. So Iza has some different implication. So that's what we are trying to show here, that sometimes the meanings is continuous past, sometimes it's present continuous, okay? Sometimes it could be all of a sudden, if it is iza plus jumla ismiya, okay? So it clearly says in the middle, iza with jumla failure is when, meaning like the meaning is when. Iza with jumla ismiya is sometimes gives you the meaning of all of a sudden or out of nowhere, okay? Another thing, so basically why you're doing this here, because we know the difference between past and present tense now, right? So sometimes the same word, when it like saying is kana plus madi, kana plus mudare, right? So very similar as isa as well. Very similar to isa as well. It gives you the meaning when, sometime in the past, sometime in the past continuous, sometime in the present or the future, sometime in the present and the future continuous tense, okay? And sometimes it's all of a sudden if it is jumla ismiya, okay? This one is the last slide. Yaum. Yaum means day, as you all know that, right? Yaum means day. There are different implications on yaum, okay? Uh, I added this in the last course also because this is important, because especially the surahs that we memorize, okay? There's a lot of talks about day of judgment and the yaum, Malik Yaumiddin, okay? So yaum is very common word in the Quran, okay? And according to a lot of people, it's not accurately right, but it's been used almost 365 times, okay? But this is not accurate information. Sometimes it's different version also. So, I mean, it's not a hard and first rule that, because of 365 days it is used, but, it's more than 300 times has been used, 350 times has been used in the Quran, okay? So, but the day has different meaning, how the yawm word is used. When you say yawmun, yawman, yawmin, so, rafa, nasab, and jar, okay, yawmun, yawman, yawmin, and heavy version, right? Heavy version, yawmun, yawman, like muslimun, musliman, muslimin, right? That means a day, because it's common, a day, okay? When you say al yawmu, al plus the rafa version is called da day. When you say al yawma or al yawmi, is today, without adjective, today. Okay, it's today. So look at this. So yaumun, yauman, yaumin, which is the common heavy version of ism. It means a day, which is fine. Al yaumu is the day because of the al. But same al, but if it is a nasab version or a jar version, al yauma or al yaumi, and it's become a nasab and a jar because of some reason, maybe half of nasab or half of jar or some other reasons. Okay, mudaf it could be anything, right? Okay, in this kind of sense, okay, it will be today. Okay, not the day, today. Yaumu, yauma, yaumi, which is light, as mudaf ilay. It always uses mudaf ilay because mudaf ilay cannot have al and it has to be light, which you know that, right? Yaumu, yauma, yaumi. No alif lam and light. Okay, the day of. Okay, that's why we say, yaumuddin. Yaumuddin. Okay, yaumu ad-dini. So the day of the deen or the day of the judgment. Okay,
That's you mean as mudaf, not
as
mudaf
mudaf. Mi means mudaf ilay. Okay, so
mudaf as mudaf. It's not mudaf ilayhi, it's mudaf.
Oh yeah, mudaf. Yeah, mudaf. Sorry, my mudaf. So here, the day of. Okay, the day of. Okay, and here the yauma plus compound mudaf ilay, like is and isa, the day on which only. The day on which only. Okay, so it's yauma plus some compound, the is or isa if there. So the day on which. Okay, the day on which. So this is different implication of yam. Uh, just to give you an idea that this is how it's been used in different Quran, and that's why when you read the translation, sometimes you see, okay, sometimes it's just a day, sometimes the d day, sometimes it's this one. Okay, so in this case, okay, when it comes with the compound, because we talked about is and isa, compound sentence with is and isa, the day on which, okay, the day on which it has the day on which, only the yoma version, okay. So it's just to show you that this is the different implication of yom, and I think this is the end of our slide. Alhamdulillah. So what I'm
as I asked in the question, Surah Maida, Al-Yawmu Akmaltu Lakum, the last verses came during the Bidayah Hajj.
yes, very good example.
Is it the same Yawm?
So tell me what did you say? Say the ayah.
Al-Yawmu Akmaltu Lakum.
Al yawma.
Al-Yawma Akmaltu.
Yeah, not al yawmu, right?
Oh, Al-Yawma.
Yes. So al yawma is what is today.
Okay. Okay.
See,
Yeah. Good.
today I
Today,
have
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
our general meaning is generally put in Quran.
It's
This
very
day,
it's
this
very
day.
relevant,
yeah,
apply.
this day
Yeah.
or today, yeah,
So
this day or today.
Yawma means today.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
inshallah we will finish it here, brother. And